My god, most iPhone users have no idea what's coming for them. Because Apple spent so much time talking about silly AI
Siri AI. Siri AI. Siri AI. Siri AI.
that the actual useful stuff never showed up on stage. But that's why I'm here. I'm going to tell you every feature that Apple forgot to tell you. So we'll start with the cool things first. Then I'll tell you some things that they should have done long back, but they're doing it now. And then I'll tell you something that might not make you upgrade to iOS 27. And no one is talking about it, but I will. Let's start with the cool things first. First, let's say you've got a wallpaper that you think is too zoomed in, but that's because the original photo is like that. But now on the lock screen itself, you can just zoom out and the iPhone will automatically generate the missing picture using AI. And so you don't have to go looking for another wallpaper. It works with whatever you've got. And one more small thing, you can just tap here to get rid of the clock, and this will just have more of your wallpaper showing. Second, earlier if you wanted to start a timer, you would basically do it this way. Quite unimpressive, because soon you're going to get this crazy new look which I think looks super cool, and also a much easier way to set up a quick timer. Oh, and also if you now go into the power off menu, you will see that it's got this nice new glass effect. I wouldn't say that it looks a lot better, it's just different and it's more consistent now. Also, here in quick settings, connectivity options were either packed into this small unit where you had to tap twice to access, or it forced open the full thing and took up the entire space. But soon in iOS 27, you'll be able to set it up like this or like this. And I think it's great if you're one of those who keep turning their Wi-Fi or Bluetooth or AirDrop on and off. I'm guilty of doing that, so it's really helpful. But there are a couple of changes that they've done to their native apps. Very helpful. For example, in Photos app, let's say that you've selected some photos and then again from another time and again from some another time. Now with iOS 27, you get this Show Selected option, which lets you review your selection before, deleting or sharing photos. It's so good and so handy. And I really think that all Android phones should definitely copy this. But you know what? There are 3 features that have been on Android phones and iOS 27 has copied it. And all good things. First, if you go into Collections and scroll all the way here, you'll see an option that says Captured by Me. And this now only shows the photos that you captured using the camera app. So it automatically removes all the crappy screenshots, WhatsApp photos, videos, or airdrops. And you can also quickly access it by going here straight away and clicking Captured by Me. Second, if you're playing a video, you can now save a moment or a frame from within the video as an image. Earlier, you would have had to take a screenshot, but this is a lot cleaner. And third, if you play a video, you can now turn on captions and it's going to automatically subtitle it. It's actually been on some Android phones earlier, but I think Apple has just done it a lot better. For example, you can change the style of the captions and even create one depending on whatever you like. The only issue is that it works only on videos that are in the Photos app. It's not going to work on, YouTube videos or any other video that's in an international language. But Android phones can do that. Now, if you don't use Chrome and you still use Safari on your iPhone, couple of good things. First of all your bookmarks, reading lists, and history right here. Easy access. Second, if you generally have a lot of tabs open, Safari can now organize all of it based on topic in a single tab. And this is going to work on Safaris on all devices like MacBooks and even iPads. Third, and probably the coolest, Safari can now track price drops for you. So if you like these pair of shoes, you can just go here and ask it to track for a price drop. And you can even set how frequently you want Safari to check for that price drop, and it'll notify you. Like usually you'd want to install a third-party extension or a plugin for this, but now it's baked in. Next, even in the calendar app, they've made tiny improvements. So instead of adding a title and then choosing a time and a day, you can actually just describe all of it in a text form, and it'll automatically set the date and time for you and save that into your calendar. Honestly, I think you could have always done this using Siri, but if in case you're in a spot where you can't really speak a prompt, helpful. Now, let me talk about a couple of things that they've introduced with iOS 27, and honestly, these are things that they should have rolled out long back. First, if you go to sound and haptic settings, you've got ringtone volume, you've got alarms and timers, and alerts and system sounds that are matched to ringtone volume. But now you can set a separate volume level for alarms and timers and another volume level for alerts and system sounds. So all 3 can now be independently set. And it's such a basic thing because you'd obviously want your incoming ringtone or call ringtone to be louder and your more frequent notification sounds to be not as loud. But it's taken them 20 years to do this. But thank you, Apple. Also, Apple Keyboard now has a feature that let's say you copy something from anywhere, it'll let you paste directly by tapping here. So you don't have to now, tap first, then hit paste. And this works for links, photos, and documents. Again, thank you, Apple. And as I said, these are things that Apple should have fixed long ago. It's just taken them too long to do this, but just glad that it's there. Now, let's talk about that one thing that they said on stage, which seemed very cool.
Shared Albums now supports full resolution sharing.
But it's a big problem. So they said that you can upload photos and videos in full resolution to a shared album. And what they completely, and I'm guessing intentionally, missed out on telling you is what it really means. It means you don't get unlimited storage in a shared album anymore. Let me explain. Look, until now, you could move a bunch of photos to a shared album and remove it from your photo gallery. And this actually frees up your storage while those photos and videos stay rent-free in a shared album, not eating into your iCloud storage. The only downside was that it was not full resolution, but it was still a great hack for people to store their photos and videos on cloud and not pay for it in an unlimited space. But with iOS 27, they've shut that down. Now, when you create a shared album, it will ask you whether you want it to be a temporary album, which means it will auto-delete itself after 30 days, or if you want it to be permanent, which means it's going to eat your iCloud storage. So, full resolution and all, but either for just 30 days or it eats up your iCloud storage. That sucks. The good news is that it currently doesn't impact any of the shared albums that you have right now or that you create using iOS 26 and below, and you can add to those shared albums without any of this nonsense affecting it again right now. But would it continue to do so? I don't know. I mean, Apple in general is very greedy when it comes to storage and iCloud and, well, money. But yeah, I think this is everything that I've found so far in iOS 27 developer beta that I think actually impacts how you would use your iPhone when the iOS 27 comes out. But again, just developer beta, there would be a public beta, there would be an official rollout. So there might be, new features, there might be some changes, and we'll keep you updated with all of that. So if you want to follow, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, guys, hit that bell notification icon and mark all. Really helps the channel grow. I'll see you guys in the next one.